Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the ProfitDuel NFL Kickoff Show. I am your host, Casey Halpern, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my friend, my colleague, Ryan Bornman. Ryan, how the hell are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm excited for football to be back, Casey. It smells like football season outside right now too. I can't wait.
It really does. I woke up at the crack of dawn today, beat my alarm. I was up at 6 a.m., immediately went outside to get a coffee. You felt a little chill in the air. The nips got a little hardened, and it's football weather. Football is here. The season is upon us, and I'm excited to get going. Every week, except for next, since I'm at a wedding in Italy, we will be going live every Thursday to discuss the week slate and how we can show you how to turn your promotional offers into cold, hard cash before the games even kick off that week. We've got a packed show today. We'll dive into tonight's season opener between the Dallas Cowboys, who are now without the best defensive player in the NFL, Micah Parsons, versus the reigning champs, Eagles. We'll talk about some of the week one slate, and we'll discuss the plentiful promotional opportunities out there available for NFL kickoff. Ryan, you ready to hit the ground running, my friend?
Yeah, let's get after it.
All right, let's do it. So we got Eagles, Cowboys tonight, right? Let's dive into this game a bit. Currently, the spread is, I think, 8.5. And is there a side or a total you are eyeing?
From a side perspective, obviously, the game opened at 7, and it's moved to 8.5. A lot of the movement came on the Parsons news. Kind of crushed the Cowboys defense, and everyone moved on that news. If I were to pick on this game, I think it's moved enough that I would go ahead and take the Cowboys plus 8.5 tonight. I still think, we have a little bit of question mark on the Cowboys have a lot of question marks, but one of their question marks is not Dak and their receivers. They added Pickens, and I think the offense should be pretty high powered. Eagles obviously have a great defense, but the Cowboys should definitely be put up points in this game. As long as the O line can give him some time to throw the ball. I think that the Cowboys should stay competitive at least in this one. I don't think they win the game, but I think the offense should keep them competitive in most games this year. What about you?
I agree and align with that line of thinking. I do not know if I'm going to actually bet the game, but
Yeah, me either.
if I were to pick a side here, I'm actually in agreeing with you and leaning Dallas with the points. And I think will end up playing this just for some more action, even though I have 2 official plays that we'll get into very shortly. But yeah, the line's moved quite a bit since the Parsons news broke. Almost 2 whole points at some shops. And I think that's pretty crazy. I think, as I said earlier, Micah Parsons is the best defensive player in the football, in my opinion. But 2 points for a non-QB is a bit ludicrous, and it's a bit of an overreaction, if you ask me. So I'd be pretty comfortable playing the Cowboys. I'm a little higher on them than most this season. I like them to go over their win total. I think their defense is going to be pretty abysmal, but I think their offense has a chance to be very good. Obviously, they added George Pickens. I think Dak comes back healthy, and I like the fact that they're just going to air it out against teams. Like, it seems like they're just not going to be committed to the run game at all, which kind of is a nice segue into one of my official plays. Do you have any props on this game yet, or no?
Yeah, I mean, just to get back into what you were saying too, like with the Cowboys, I think their question marks are the offensive line, which seems to be middle of the pack every single year. So if they can be slightly above average, I think that bodes really well for Dak and the receivers. But the run game and then just the Cowboys defense in general now, like you're saying, the run game's iffy. We'll see if any of these, Cowboys backs can emerge and be semi decent for them, or if they can even establish a run game at all. And then their defense, they have some big play cornerbacks, but I don't know how they're a little iffy in coverage, so they make some mistakes. Bland, had like 8 touchdowns 2 years ago to the house. They got Diggs who had a couple ton of touchdowns as well on the defensive side of the ball. So they have some big play guys. It's just a matter if they can turn in those plays this year. But go ahead and get into your prop, and then we'll talk about mine.
It's very boomer bust on the Cowboys back end.
Mm.
But I have two plays. I took Jake Ferguson over 34.5 receiving yards. This number just looks way too low on the eye test. I was digging into the stats a bit, and Ferguson with Dak versus Ferguson without Dak is kind of a night and day difference. I found this great stat from @ClevTA on Twitter, who is a tremendous follow, by the way. Ferguson's got 674 yards in his last 13 games with Dak starting. His average and median are basically both right around 50 yards, right? So you're getting a considerable difference between the 34.5 and what he typically posts with Dak. And I also like the fact that they obviously added George Pickens to go alongside CD Lamb on the outside, which should open up the middle of the field quite a bit, even more for Ferguson. And as we said earlier, Dallas can't really run the ball well. They're most likely going to be playing from behind. So the game script could pose well for both the Cowboys offense and Jake Ferguson to eclipse 34.5 yards. And I might even ladder this one. I'm already in on over 34.5, and I will be probably playing some alts after the show. And last but not least, Jake Ferguson and I are alumni of the University of Wisconsin. He's a Badger, so I might be completely biased here, but that's what I'm looking at right now.
It'll be interesting. I have like a little negative correlation parlay with Ferguson's yards and under his reception. So I'm sort of on him in a way in a way as well, but not quite to the extent that you are.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens tonight in 8 hours here.
But yeah, another one that I actually took Dak under 6.5 rushing yards. I got that at plus 100. I don't know what it looks like now. I'm trying to find out to see if that's moved or if you can get him somewhere else for a different price. But yeah, that's my prop is Dak under 6.5 rushing yards tonight.
So he's coming off a torn hamstring, so I kind of do not hate it. Let's see. I'm just quickly looking at what his line is on FanDuel just for right now. I know it is at 7.5, so you got a full yard. There you go. I have one other official play. I told you about this yesterday because I immediately told you and you beat me to it. But I played Saquon Barkley alternate rushing yards over 96.5 at plus 150 at ProfitX. I had this at like 6% positive EV earlier this week. And I will say long term, I am a bit skeptical about Saquon replicating his success from last year. I anticipate that, unfortunately, he probably will break down in some way, shape, or form since he had a ton of touches last year. But I think that's a December problem for the Eagles. Tonight, he's got fresh legs against what is an absolutely atrocious Dallas run D. I know they added Kenny Clark in the Micah Parsons trade, but this run defense was just 30th in EPA against the ground last year. I fully expect Philly's O-line to just manhandle them and basically create some massive holes for Saquon tonight. So I am on his over 96.5 rushing yards. I believe the current line for his rushing yards total was at 89.5, and now it's actually at 95.5 on FanDuel right now. So I know you got 89.5 yesterday when we were discussing this. So you got a nice, you got some nice CLV there to show off to the folks.
6 yards.
I got good odds at 96.5. I probably should have played the straight market before I looked for the alternate, but the value kind of was popping off on the alternate, so I went there.
I mean, I think you still 96.5. I think the best I'm seeing, Circa has it at minus 110 for 96.5. So plus 150 there is still good. So I would say you still got a good number in a good spot. I got 6 yards less, but Jug got it at minus 110. So hopefully he just runs for 100 yards tonight, and we don't have to worry about either one. We both go ahead there. There was also a boost yesterday on FanDuel for his over 89.5 too. So it was 100% boost. So I think I'm going to guess a lot of our viewers and people have had that play as well. So I think everyone tonight is hoping Saquon goes over his rushing yards.
Ooh. Well, I hate that fact that everyone and their mother are going to be on this, but I didn't realize they added that as like a boost on FanDuel, but whatever. Saquon, run for 100, my friend. Run behind the hog mollies. 34-28 Eagles. That's my prediction. I think the Cowboys cover. Ideally, all of our props get home, but we know that's not how it always works. So we'll see what happens in about 8 hours or so. We got a comment, actually, before we move on. I noticed some new markets added to your software tools today. Great to see. That is correct. There are some new tools added to new markets added. I'm quickly checking if they're added currently because I know our tech team was in the process of doing so during this call, and it actually looks like it was. We are proud to announce that ProfitDuel officially has all NFL props available on site with every single tool. Go check it out, and we can help you make even more money. And that is actually a perfect segue because we have another comment from this raw play data who says, I have a 50% TD boost on DraftKings. Can I use the boost match or edge with this? I'm feeling lucky. Raw play data, you are in luck. You absolutely can. So, Brian, he's got a 50% boost. What's the max on DraftKings this week? Do you know? I know it's different in every state, but what's your max on this?
I've got 100, so just depends on what you got.
Okay, DraftKings market. It's anytime TD.
Yeah, it's a 50% boost on anytime TD in this Philly game tonight.
In the Eagles game tonight. I mean, this is pretty money. So, look.
Yeah, so it looks. Yeah, there's Tolbert.
You can make some easy guaranteed cash before the game even starts. You can take Jalen Tolbert anytime on DraftKings at a 50% boost to get him to plus 900. You could take the no on Jalen Tolbert at ProfitX at minus 630, and you can walk away with a guaranteed $33 no matter what. You could underhedge, you could overhedge, however you want to do it. So highly recommend you check out all of our tools because now we have props and now we can make you even more money. So just an easy win right there. Just put the boost on Jalen Tolbert anytime touchdown on DraftKings, take the no at ProfitX, walk away with a clean $33 before the game even starts. Pretty simple.
Yeah. No, you love to see it. I'm super stoked that we've got the NFL props on up just ahead of NFL season. So huge prop to our tech team, and thank you guys for getting that up and running because this is going to be huge for the NFL season. And we've already talked about one or two promos here, but there's already been tons and tons of promos that have come out just regarding anytime touchdowns, player props, the NFL markets in general. So there's going to be a ton more to follow coming this NFL season.
I actually got one on FanDuel right before this, so I just want to pull it up and we can kind of go through it together. So give me a second.
Take your time, no rush.
I don't want the viewers to leave us.
Yeah, never mind. Hurry it up.
All right, I got a 50% boost actually on any wager in the Eagles. I got a 50% boost on any wager in the Eagles-Cowboys game tonight on FanDuel. My max is actually $100, which is very surprising. I'm just going to clear the markets and see what is the most profitable thing. Okay. George Pickens. Okay, so all I have to do is place the $100 on Pickens anytime touchdown, boosted to plus 360. Take the no on him to not score at no vig, and I'm going to walk away with $31 before the game even starts. It's that simple, folks. I mean, you could be doing this all yourself. Sign up today for a ProfitDuel subscription. Get your monthly subscription for $49 a month. Get an annual for $4.99 for the year. I promise you that will literally be paid back probably 3x by the end of this weekend if you have all your welcome offers available. It is a no-brainer. Just click the link in our bio and you will be able to get access to all of our great tools, all of our great communities, all of our great support team, one-on-one coaching, ProfitDuel is the place where you can make some money this football season. Ryan, any promos you got since you're in New Jersey that I haven't received?
Let me take an extra peek here, Casey. I think we covered what I've got to. Oh, there's FanDuel has I'm not sure, a touchdown jackpot as well. That's a little bit of an interesting one. I don't know if you have that by you.
FanDuel jackpot. I don't see it, but
let me pull it open here. So the gist of this is you bet on a guy to score a touchdown, and I believe if he scores the first touchdown, then you get a piece of a bonus bet pie. I have to for some reason it's not even letting me view the terms. It's just showing me the damn event here on FanDuel. But it'd be the same deal. So you would do a touchdown score.
So any touch, so I'm going. It's not boosted, correct?
Not boosted. It'd be unboosted. So you'd go to the Dutch match right here.
Okay. It's on FanDuel.
Correct.
Okay. Market anytime touchdown.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's if he scores. Sorry, it's if he scores the first or the last touchdown. You score bonus bets. So the first and the last touchdown score. So right here we would have this. Oh no, we would need the Eagles. It'd be George Pickens again. Look at that.
Is it
George Pickens or Devontae Smith?
Well, no. This is anytime.
Yeah, we need anytime.
Oh, I thought it was the first or last. I'm sorry.
So you bet on him and you bet on an anytime touchdown score, and you would receive bonus bets if he scores the first or the last. So you get entered into a pool of people, whoever picked that player, and then whoever has that guy for the first or the last touchdown would receive the bonus bets. So essentially, you're just taking like almost a risk-free opportunity to get bonus bets. Like in this situation, my max is only $10 here.
Okay.
So essentially, I'd be losing a max of 48 cents to be entered into a pool of bonus bet opportunities here, and then I could convert that back. Now, granted, it's not a guarantee, but you could also hop onto Novig and request some other odds and try to make sure that you try to look for a situation where you would not lose 48 cents here. For me, I'm not too rung up about the 48 cents. So I would just go ahead and place this bet here.
So basically this is just a low risk, high reward promotional
scenario.
You're not losing money at all, but you can stand to gain a significant amount in bonus bets.
Correct.
Interesting. Good to know. So that's just another one that's out there. Look, we're not going to walk through every sports book right now, but
yeah,
there are a ton of promotional opportunities on tonight's game, tomorrow night's game, which we'll touch on in a bit, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the week 1 slate on Sunday. There are incredible opportunities if you've never signed up for a sports book before. If you are a consistent player at sports books, all of these promotional opportunities are available to you, as we just kind of walked through some of the offers Ryan and I are getting at FanDuel, DraftKings. There are a ton across the board. Caesars, MGM, Bally, Fanatics, ESPN Bet, you name it. Novig, ProfitX are definitely where you want to lay the other side if you are match betting. Highly recommend you check it all out. We actually got a question. Are there any decent welcome offers for tonight's game? There are a bunch, actually. If you sign up for FanDuel right now, it's bet 5, get $300, which if you use ProfitDuel to do, you'll come away with at least $210. Same thing for DraftKings. It's basically the same. I believe Bet365 in New Jersey is get up to $300 in bonus bets back, correct?
Yeah, I believe so too. Let me Sportsbook.
I just changed it. Let me see.
Yeah, bet 5 get 150 in New Jersey for Bet365.
And I think they actually just changed it while we were on here. I saw in the background, so it might be
beautiful.
But yeah, there's a ton of opportunities right now. If you're in New Jersey alone, and if you have never signed up for a sports book, you can make over $3,600 alone. That's how much money you can make if you've never signed up for any sports books in the state of New Jersey. We can help you make this back in literally one weekend. Okay. So your ProfitDuel subscription will pay for itself and then some significantly. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Yes, those offers are insane, Tony. Highly recommend people do check it out. Highly recommend you check it out, Tony. So if you're in New Jersey, there's so much value to be had. If you're in any state where sports betting is legal, there's a ton of value to be had. We have every state where sports betting is legal, so check it out. All right. Free money. That is correct. Ryan.
Also just wanted to note here, Casey, I had since football season's today, I had my first pumpkin spice coffee this morning. Threw some pumpkin spice creamer in. Figured it was only right that now we're heading into fall. This is the right day to bust it out.
It is fall. Would you decorate your apartment with Halloween too?
No, settle down. I told my girlfriend we have to wait on that till October.
That's fair. That is fair. Before we get into, before we move on, so we got a big week one slate, obviously no buys since the season is opening. I want to give out our favorite chalk pick of the week, which is just our favorite. I want to give out our favorite underdog each, just a dog that we think will cover. Doesn't have to be an upset. And then our best bet of the weekend. You want to kick us off with your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is it's not super chalky, but I'm actually I don't know if I'm in the minority here or not, but I'm super high on the 49ers here. 49ers this year, so I believe they're 2.5 point favorites going to Seattle. I think that's the game that I think the 49ers are going to kind of take care of business handily, and they'll cover that 2.5. I think, it's Sam Darnold in Seattle, and they got a whole bunch of different stuff going on there. I think that the 49ers really have a question mark at wide receiver and see who can play there. But their offense has CMC hopefully back healthy, and they're kind of going to run their same ship with a little bit of a younger, newer defense, but they still have Fred Warner back there anchoring it. So I think the 49ers return to form this season, and that's my best favorite of the week.
I like it. I'm high on the 49ers this year. I think they're going to have a bounce back season. They got our old friend Bob Saleh back in the saddle as defensive coordinator.
Yeah, jeez. Where he belongs, I guess, not as a head coach.
Good DC. Terrible head coach. I'm taking the Chiefs. I already took them. I'm on them tomorrow night. They've completely retooled in the offseason. They got new O-line pieces, defensive upgrades. They've got actual receivers now, even though Rashee Rice is suspended. But I'm going to take the experienced team in Brazil over the Chargers, who have lost a bunch of guys across their defensive line in the offseason. And that's a position, that's a unit they didn't really replenish. No more Morgan Fox, no more Joey Bosa. They lost their stud left tackle, Rashawn Slater, in the preseason for the season, which is unfortunate and just brutal. But gun to my head, give me Kansas City. Mahomes and Reed are just different cats. They've been pretty unbelievable in September as a duo. They're 19-4 in September games, and they're 6-1 in week one straight up. They just need to win by a field goal here, and there are way worse bets to take than backing Mahomes and Reed, in my opinion. So I'll take them in Sao Paulo, Brazil tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone have watched our stream from a couple weeks ago, but Mahomes was my MVP pick this season. I think he kind of returns to form and slings it around. So I don't mind that. I'm probably going to stay away from that game as the -3 has kind of just sat since it opened. So just for my own sake, I will not be probably betting on that one, but I am very high on the Chiefs this season, as I guess every season you should be high on the Chiefs with Mahomes as their quarterback and Andy Reid as their head coach. So
yep, it's look, I'm going to be on a triple date during this game, so I needed some sort of entertainment and action. So that's also why I took it. But yeah, I'm on the Chiefs.
I'll actually be in Yankee Stadium for kick, and then I'll be heading out after to watch the back half.
Well, hopefully the Yankees win, and hopefully the Chiefs win by more than 3. Who's your favorite underdog of the weekend?
It's going to be crazy, and I thought I wasn't going to say it, but I think I'm going to take the Jets straight up against the Steelers. I know.
All right.
I was just looking at the board earlier today. I told myself I'm not high on the Jets this year. I don't think they're going to be very good, but I'm seeing a plus 136 number on DraftKings for them to win, and I like it. I like it. I hate to say it, I like it. I know.
Um,
I probably got you at a loss for words right now because I didn't think I was going to come in here and do this, but
no,
it
look,
just kind of happens.
I will actually be in the building on Sunday. Um,
I'm still
I'm
debating.
I'm too. The tickets are free. I would never pay money to go watch that team. Um, Early in the season, it's fine because it's still nice out. But like once it gets disgusting and cold, you couldn't pay me to be there. But I don't hate it. I personally am not going to ride that. I do think that teams that don't play their starters in the preseason often have a bit of malaise coming out of the gates, and obviously Rodgers has not played. And look, maybe the Jets get some revenge on Mr. Rodgers, but we'll see. I'm not going to personally play it, but I don't knock it. I think it will be a close game, maybe 2017, something like that. So, my
The total has steamed down in that game. I think it opened at 41 and a half, and some places it's all the way down to 37 and a half, which is there's probably not going to be a lot of points, rightfully so. Two good defenses, two bad offenses.
It's going to be a very boring game to actually witness, but I'm going. So looking forward to that. My underdog of the week is equally as disgusting, actually. I'm going to the other side of town. I'm taking the Giants, getting 6 in Washington. Big Blue, baby. They've got the best defensive line in football, in my opinion. And Washington's O-line, I don't think is great. I think Terry McLaurin missing all of training camp makes the Washington offense look out of sync. And I also think 6 points in a division game in week 1 is just too many. And if you're into trends, which honestly you shouldn't just blindly follow these, but the Giants were terrible against the spread last year. And teams who have had a bad against the spread record and are big road dogs early in the season against teams that were decent against the spread are fare pretty well. They're 16-4 ATS since 2000. And divisional dogs getting 3+ points in week 1 are 37-25 against the spread over the last 25 years. So that just supports my case on the Giants this weekend. But again, do not just blindly follow trends when you see them. Do your own research. But I like the Giants getting 6 regardless. So that's what I'm doing. It seems like Ryan is frozen. Did I just say Giants +6 in Washington? Bold. I like it. Yes, I did just say that. Indeed. Ryan is frozen. He has having some technical difficulties. So our underdogs of the week. He's taking the Jets. I am taking the Giants. And then we're going to see what happens. It's probably not wise, but we're going to see what happens. We're going to hold our nose and take the points here. I've just seen 100% profit boost on NFL money lines, an easy $30. Well, Dan, let's see what we can make on an NFL money line right now with a profit boost. I'm going to assume this is on one of the big books, either FanDuel or DraftKings. For the sake of this exercise, I'm going to go to FanDuel. Oh, it is on FanDuel because he has a follow-up comment that says, I love FanDuel this time of year. So 100% boost on FanDuel, a max bet of 100. NFL money lines, just check it off on the markets. You can even make double that. You can make $62 right now if you use that FanDuel 100% boost on the Tennessee Titans and you hedge it on Sport Trade with the Denver Broncos. You can walk away with a guaranteed $61 before that game even kicks off at Mile High Stadium, Mr. Smith. So I highly recommend you go ahead and place it on these two bets. Ryan, welcome back. What happened?
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know if my Wi-Fi just went to shit really quick or my StreamYard got messed up, but all of a sudden you were just circling and it said I had no internet connection and sent me out of here. So my apologies, everyone.
It's all right. I gave out my underdog of the week. I'm not sure if you heard it, but I'm backing Big Blue +6
Yeah.
Washington D.C.
No, I heard about half of your trends and stats, and then I think that's where I got kicked out. I only heard the Big Blue pick.
All right. Well, again, no one, please do not follow trends blindly. Just do your own research. But regardless of them being a big divisional dog in week one, I do like it very much. So, again, the Giants have what I think is the best defensive line in football. And I'm a little down on the combies going into this season. I think there are some flashing lights going against them, but we'll see what happens.
Can I give another one, Casey, that I like and a team that I'm also high on this year?
Absolutely.
The line hasn't moved much since it's opened, but I like the Bears as an underdog at home against the Vikings. I think JJ McCarthy is probably going to be good because KOC is just a wizard with that offense, so he's just going to make him look great. But I'm actually high on Caleb Williams and the Bears this season with their offense and new offensive coordinator. So they're getting 1.5 at home right now, I believe, and that's the Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken. So they are currently a home dog in their first game back in sort of their newer era. I guess last year was a new era with Caleb Williams, but obviously we saw how that kind of went out. It was still a bit of a shit show, but I think they figured it out this year. I think they're going to be personally. I think they're going to be a threat to actually win that division, which could be a crazy take, but we'll see. But I think they might be a playoff team this year, and I've got them to cover and win at home against the Vikings.
I don't hate it. I am pretty high on the Bears myself. Also, interesting to note, Ben Johnson did own Flores during his time in Detroit as offensive coordinator. So he's very familiar with a Brian Flores defense. Obviously, that's a very different offense, some of the personnel he had in Detroit. But Chicago is low-key loaded. Look, they made some really good additions to their offensive line. They got Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson. As long as Caleb Williams can take that next step and Ben Johnson can bring the best out of him, then I don't see why Chicago cannot be a playoff team. I like their weapons at receiver, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. I really am high on Luther Burden III, the rookie out of Mizzou. And they got Colston Loveland with the top 10 pick as their tight end from Michigan. So they've got weapons. They've got an improved offensive line. They should have a much, much better coach. And I really expect Caleb Williams to take that leap and start to live up to his billing as the former #1 pick. So I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough division over there. So I mean, me going for the division, they're currently favored. I mean, not favored. They're currently the least favorite to win the division. So they're +600, obviously, in Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit. Green Bay being the favorite in that division doesn't totally sit right with me. I think the division still runs through Detroit. They obviously added Parsons, but they have a ton of question marks just on their team in general. In my opinion, I think I think Detroit should still be favored to win that division, and it should be more closer to Minnesota and Green Bay as the second and third favorites than what they're showing. But that's just my opinion. If the Chicago can take a step and steal some games from these teams, they can easily compete.
I agree. I mean, man, the NFC North and the NFC West are just absolute gauntlets. like you can make an argument for all 8 of those teams to be potential playoff teams, and strong ones too. What scares me about the Lions is they've lost both coordinators, which is very tough to overcome. But I think Dan Campbell is a fantastic coach, and they have a loaded roster. But we will see. We've got kickoff so soon. I'm very excited. But before we go, give me your Super Bowl prediction.
My Super Bowl prediction is this year. I think it's finally the year that Lamar gets a ring. It's not going to be a hot take. I think my hotter take is on the left side. I know I talked about the 49, not the left side, sorry, the NFC side. I know I talked about the 49ers briefly before. I think we're going to have Baltimore versus San Fran this year with Baltimore taking it home.
All right. Well, that was going to be probably what I liked. So for the sake,
Really?
yeah, I'm very high on San Fran. I actually, you know what? I'll zig a little. I'll take the Packers over the Houston Texans.
Interesting.
I actually bet on the Packers to win the NFC right before the Micah Parsons trade. So I have them at 18-1 to win this. Sorry, was it the Super Bowl or the NFC? I forget which one I bet on, but I have a pretty good number on one of them. I took it before the Parsons trade. I do
Yeah,
find
probably
it,
the Super Bowl, Casey. They're
but
down to 14. They're down to 14-1 on the Super Bowl. So probably 18-1 is where you got the
I
Super Bowl.
misspoke. It was definitely the Super Bowl. Yeah, I have the Packers 18-1 to win the Super Bowl. I took this before the Micah Parsons trade. I actually saw a very funny kind of stat that both Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre won a Super Bowl with the Packers at age 27.
Oh,
Go
that's true.
Google how old Jordan Love is. Shocking. He's 27. So I don't know. Maybe he follows suit, but I think the Packers are going to have a very good year. If you recall, look, they almost took the Eagles out last year in the wild card round, and I think they only got better this offseason. I really like the addition, obviously, of Matthew Golden, the speedster out of Texas, to play wide receiver. Obviously, Micah Parsons, as I said earlier in the show, is the best defensive player in the NFL. So that should only bolster their unit on defense. And they've got one of the youngest rosters in the league. So these guys should all take a next step, and we'll see what happens. But very excited for the season, this kickoff. Super excited to do this show every week with you from here on out, except for next week. I'm sorry. I will be at a wedding in Italy. Believe me, I wish I could do this from there. It's just impossible. I don't think the bride and groom would like that very much. But Ryan, any parting thoughts before we head off?
No, man, I'm super excited. I'm pumped to get NFL betting back. I'm ready to make some money. And I'm ready to watch some football. It's been a long time coming, since last year. So I'm ready to roll here.
I love it. I'm ready to roll. And we got one last comment. Seeing a load of new markets on the platform, absolute fire. That is correct. We are adding new markets and new tools right now as we speak. Go grab yourself a ProfitDuel subscription. Sign up for as little as $1 today. Get yourself a monthly for $49 a month, or purchase an annual for $4.99 for the year. And I promise you that we will make that subscription price back for you and then some significantly. So go ahead and get your ProfitDuel subscription so you could start making some easy profits this football season. We're updating our users every day in our Facebook, Discord communities via email. So don't miss out on the next profitable opportunity. Ryan, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll chat soon.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. You too.